Hi guys, welcome back. So, yesterday's video got to be too long because it was too much to share. So I didn't have time to tell you about the market update and also to update our stocks and some other trades that's possible. So I will do it in today's video. First of all, the market update. Ever since the market bottomed 3 weeks ago, on May 12th, we have had a nice short squeeze ever since. It was increasing almost every day with low volume. So throughout the whole time I said we need to enjoy the music while we can and dance as long as we have still the music because there's a nice short squeeze. When the market was growing to around 13,600 to 800, I said that I'd see the market can still keep growing and possibly make all-time high. I remember on this day I said that it's gonna continue heading north, but we might have some pullback in between. We took a look at Apple. On this day I said that it could touch the support of 123 again and then bounce off from there. So Nasdaq can have a pullback and then bounce off. So it was this day it touched the lowest of 123.1 and then the market started to bounce from there. So that was this day. I remember on that day a lot of people had quite some fear and think that the market is going to continue going south and make a second leg. And I have insisted that this is just a pullback from the uptrend. The overall uptrend did not change. So in the end, we had enjoyed a few weeks of run-up. We did a lot of stocks that gave good return within these few weeks. Taking full advantage of this run-up, even though the stocks, the money rotates pretty quickly between sectors and different stocks. If we look at the Fear and Greed Index, even with such a run-up recently, it's still not in the greed level yet. Because right now in the market, there's still some fear going on about the CPI number that's announcing on Thursday. There's still fear on inflation. There's still fear for tapering and growth stocks. So I think as long as we still have this fear going on, speculating this and that, and the media blowing things up, we still have a lot of short sellers and still enjoying the short squeeze until we make the all-time high. Then we'll see what happens then. I'll do another update later. So that is how I believe. So that's why I'm still enjoying this run up. But with that said, at this point we have had a rebound for a while already. So that's near the exit. So far, every time our stocks run up, we move our stop limit higher. So then whenever the market turns south, we can lock in some profit. Right now, Nasdaq is around 2% away from making all-time high. A few weeks ago, people were quite fearful and too afraid to buy anything. Even after the stocks started to run, they would think it's a dead cat bounce. But now, I see a lot of people start to FOMO in. So I think this is the time. Usually pullback would be near. So we need to be more careful. But being careful doesn't mean we don't do anything. We don't buy anything. I wouldn't suggest to FOMO into anything or chase any stocks that's already gone up so high. But rather I would suggest to buy the dip. Now S&P 500 was very close to making an all-time high. Less than 1 point away from making all-time high to be 4238. Today's highest was 4236. And I guess that is why, even though the S&P 500 was up 0.02% today, the VIX index also went up almost 4%. I said this before that it's never good when the VIX and the S&P 500 both went up. Something to watch out for. Recently, what grew the strongest is Russell 2000. The highest today was 233 and the all-time high is 234. So we are 0.5 away from making all-time high. This is why recently a lot of the small caps, the growth stocks have been outperforming the market, growing better than the mega cap and value stocks. Now, but on the Chinese side, I need to give you a friendly reminder because I think the Chinese stocks have been running up for so long, they're on fire for a while. So I think at some point, or maybe even right now, it's in between consolidation. Maybe another jump and then get into some consolidation or pullback. Because when the market bottomed, the Chinese stocks actually had bottomed first before the US stocks, before Nasdaq, before the S&P 500. You remember that the Nasdaq bottomed on May 12th, but the Chinese stocks actually had bottomed on May 11th. And with the time difference, it's 2 days before Nasdaq. And it has been going up ever since, quite strong, breaking out a few resistance. I don't know how far it can still run up for now, but I do think at some point it needs to have some kind of pullback after such a run up, maybe to this support. And we don't know how long it would take. So that's why I don't suggest to FOMO or chase at this point, especially for the Chinese stocks. If you look at the Hang Seng Index, it seems like it started a consolidation already, even though it did a V-shaped recover in these 2 days. But the Hang Seng tech stocks did a heavier pullback, so it affects more Chinese tech stocks. But the overall uptrend had not changed. I just think we might expect some pullback at some point. So for long-term position, it doesn't really matter for you, but it's just for the short-term investment. I don't think it's a good idea to chase at this point because you don't know when it would suddenly drop after you buy in. But the overall uptrend did not change. If you look at the chart, it looks quite healthy. When it breaks out, on this day, it has massive spike of volume, money flowing inside the market. And during these days of falling, the volume is shrinking. So more people buy in, less people selling. So it's still a healthy correction, even though it's having a pullback. The uptrend did not change in my opinion. Especially right now, a lot of stocks that had gone up high are already at resistance level. For example, NIO is at the resistance level, very near. Around 45 to 47 was a big resistance. So I don't see the point to chase right now. It might still have room to run, but you don't know when it will pull back. Now, EH had been on fire recently. This run up has massive buying volume, much more than the past few months. So it's obvious that the institutions had got in with big capital to set everyone that's trapped free. Okay, now I'll let you go. So I don't think they will stop at this point. But still, I don't recommend to chase. I never recommend to chase because you don't know when it would have a sudden dip, and I don't want anyone to end up panic selling because it dips. Then you'll be at loss. It might still run up to maybe 43 and then suddenly drop back to, let's say, 35 to 36, something like this. But of course, nothing works exactly the way you think. So just be careful, okay? Now, LKCO seems like it's breaking out from the consolidation from the past few days. And also the overall trend, it was forming a triangle. And these 2 days seems like it's breaking out and back testing. So it depends on the market. But for now, it looks like it's still trending up. And the next resistance is 180 to 2. So still have room. Now, Luckin Coffee also looks like it's breaking out from this long time triangle it was forming. So strong bullish signal there. Now, I remember a few days ago, I said that Luckin did a V-shaped recover during the day, and so it looked quite interesting to me. It looks like it's up to something, and it really did a breakout. I was hoping it could dip so I could buy more, but it didn't give me the chance. Oh well, I have a big position to begin with anyways. It's just because I thought right now we're heading into summer and economy reopening, and also this year it's a good year for consumer sector, consumer or retail sector, so good for Luckin Coffee. So I thought I would buy more for medium term. Now, Baidu correlates much more to the Hang Seng Index because it's also second listed in the Hong Kong market. So that's why it's following exactly the movement of the Hang Seng Index, consolidating for a few days, pulling back, But so far, nothing to worry about. Take the chance of the dip, I would say. It might take a little bit more time to consolidate, but not to worry about it. Now, has anyone realized JKS had been silently running up quite strong recently? It grew from the lowest of 28 to the highest of 42. And then having a pullback right now, today it dipped to 36. So I would say in this range, it would be another good chance to buy. And I hope the pullback of Chinese stocks can drive it down further for anyone who wants to buy the dip. Now, let's review our recent trades. QS is still running up. It's quietly and slowly, but it's heading up a little bit every day. But overall, since I bought in on this day at 24 to today as high as 31, so it's already up 30%. But I think the momentum is quite strong. Like I said, the Soros institution bought in QS when it was $80 to $90. So we are taking the bargain from him, from the big dogs. But as a short-term one, you can either take profit or set a stop limit at something like 28.5, so you can book in profit in case the market turns. For now, I am still holding 600 shares. Ken was having a pullback. Now on the Discord on this day, I set to change the profit limit to 10.8. So if you get stopped out at 10.8, you can buy it back at the dip. Right now it's at a support level. If you buy it back, you can set a stop loss at around 8.6 to 8.8. Because if it dips below that, chances are it will make a second leg. SOS is still running. We bought in around 3, so still at profit. Now the highest it went to 4. Resistance at 3.9. A few times it tried to reach and got rejected. So these ones were fine, but for Mesa, I need to update you. Now on this day, I said I would buy in Mesa for a hedge for my growth stocks to be in airline. Now this day was a big fall, and if it doesn't get back up quickly, it's breaking the support and it's hard to get back up. So right now it's still moving below the support for a while. It looks like the downward trend is not finished. So that's why I trimmed 800 shares this morning, around 9.4 to 9.5. So around 9.46. Still have 300 shares. I'll let you know if I sell out of the position. I think the reason why it dropped is because investors are waiting for the block hours to be reported. Last month's block hours had slight decrease from April, so I guess they were concerned about that. So that's why I just exit too, just to be more cautious. Okay, now I will tell you the trades I entered today, the 2 trades. The first one is Holicity, ticker symbol HOL. I entered this morning at market open. I said I trimmed Mesa, bought HOL, VNET for short to medium term. That's the trade I wanted to share yesterday, but it got too late and I was too tired because I really wanted to get into this one. So I just set the order to buy at market open. So my price was 10.7 and it went up to the highest of 11.8 at some point, 12% up. So this is a SPAC company that is merging with the company called Astra for the space sector. Their specialty is smaller and more frequent launches to enable a wave of innovation in low Earth orbit and improve life on our planet through greater connectivity and more regular observation. Because there are a lot of money invested into space companies for innovation, and this company, Astra, believe that they need more flights taking their satellites precisely where they need to go. If you look into it, they really have a very good team as a foundation, good relationship with NASA. Now, I remember back in February, my Discord member asked me about this stock, and I said it has gone up so much, so maybe wait for a pullback. And now it's not only a pullback, it's a long correction from the highest of 22 to the lowest of 10. Which is the safety price for a SPAC because of the huge attack of growth stocks and SPACs companies. And right now the attack seems to be more at ease. So I think it's probably the time to get in. So I took a position today. And also because recently there is a lot of news about test flights for the Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin. So I think the space sector is getting hot because of that. Holicity can take a little bit wind of that. So far, I think it's breaking out in silence, even though with a run up today, not many people pay attention to it. And I think the big institutions also bought in during the run up or after. So their price is quite high. We're taking again the bargain from them. They buy in such a high price, it means they really like the potential of this company. The second trade I opened was 21VNet Group, ticker symbol VNET. This group is a company that offers data center solution for a lot of big tech company, the blue chips. So a lot of big names companies are their clients. Now I didn't pay attention too much on the company because I saw this mainly because it's dropped to an important support level. So mainly based on the technical. Because it's at the support of 19.5 and right now around 20 would be quite close to the support level. So near the stop loss, good risk reward ratio. Now I said that the Chinese stocks would have a pullback at some point, so I don't suggest to open position now. But this one is still on the floor. So buying the dip and with tight stop loss of 20, so not much to risk, only 2%. But I bought more of HOL because I really like to get in the space sector again. I told you before, I was in Virgin Galactic for a long time and I sold out of all my position in the end of January. So this is for me to get back in the space sector for a short to medium term. Okay, now if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big like and write me a great comment, and I'll see you in my next video. That's it guys, hope you can find my videos helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.